Hello and Happy New Year. This is the December 2018 video edition of the Iowa General Fund Monthly Revenue Memo. I am Jeff Robinson, Senior Fiscal Analyst for the Iowa Legislative Services Agency, the nonpartisan support agency of the Iowa Legislature. This video will cover Iowa net general fund revenue for the first 6 months of fiscal year 2019. And I will also discuss the state general fund revenue estimate changes approved at the December 2018 meeting of the Iowa Revenue Estimating Conference. Net general fund receipts, meaning gross receipts minus tax refunds issued, increased $31.1 million, or 4.9%, for the month of December when compared to December of 2017. Corporate income tax, sales and use tax, and other receipts all increased more than 5% for the month, while large increases in the amount of bank franchise and individual income taxes refunded tempered the December net revenue increase. December ended on a weekday this year and on a weekend last. This calendar issue added about $13 million to this December's revenue, and it will subtract that amount from January 2019 revenue. Net revenue for the first 6 months of the fiscal year increased $212 million, which equates to a 7.1% rate of growth. Individual income tax accounts for $126 million, or about 60% of the net receipt growth for the year, aided by federal tax legislation enacted last December. That federal legislation included a reduction in individual income tax rates. Iowa law allows taxpayers to deduct federal income taxes paid from their Iowa income when calculating Iowa income tax liability. A federal tax reduction reduces the amount of federal taxes paid, which reduces the amount of the deduction on Iowa tax returns, and this functions as an automatic state income tax increase. As part of the implementation of the new federal tax rates, federal income tax withholding reductions were put in place last February. And since that time, Iowa has been realizing about $11 million per month in additional income tax withholding as a result of the federal tax and withholding change. The Revenue Estimating Conference, or REC, met on December 13th and reviewed existing revenue estimates for fiscal years 2019 and 2020. The estimate revisions were minor. Based on the December decisions, the revenue estimate for the current fiscal year calls for a $345 million net revenue increase compared to 2018 actual net revenue. Estimated net revenue growth for the year beginning July 1, 2019, that is fiscal year 2020, is $140 million and 1.8%. The reduced revenue growth projection for fiscal year 2020, 1.8%, from the projected growth rate for fiscal year 2019, 4.7%, is the result of state tax changes taking effect January 1, 2019, and does not reflect a projection for lower overall economic growth. The 2018 General Assembly enacted Senate File 2417, an act reducing individual and corporate income taxes while increasing the sales and use tax base. Many of the changes take effect January 1, 2019, and will therefore impact only the second half of fiscal year 19, with a full fiscal year's impact falling on fiscal year 2020. This results in a larger overall tax reduction for fiscal year 2020 than for fiscal year 19. In summary, Iowa net general fund revenue continues to grow at a healthy pace, aided by the automatic Iowa income tax increase that results from a federal income tax decrease. At 7.1% growth through December, cash fiscal year net revenue is above the 4.7% growth rate projected for the entire fiscal year. Tax reduction legislation enacted by the Iowa Legislature in 2018 will begin to impact the Iowa revenue stream in January, and that should reduce the overall rate of growth for the remainder of fiscal year 19 and for fiscal year 2020. Thank you for your time and your interest in Iowa General Fund revenue. Goodbye, and please check out the next monthly video memo to be released in early February.